What's going on, guys? It's Durant back at it again with another episode of NBA Kicks, the show where we count down the 10 best sneakers in the NBA every single week of the season. This week we have an awesome episode for you guys. Obviously, it's the playoffs, so things are starting to heat up. Just on a side note though, real quick, this first round has been absolutely spectacular. But as for the sneakers, this week we got an incredible lineup. We have a debut signature sneaker that I believe was debuted in the wrong colorway. We have another sneaker that I have a theory on why this player is wearing this particular brand, even though they're not officially signed by this brand. And I also have a sneaker for you guys that's going to force you to tell me what your favorite Pop-Tart flavor is. That's right, we have an action-packed episode, so sit back, grab a snack, relax, and enjoy this week's episode of NBA Kicks, which actually has a sponsor. All right, guys, I'm super late to basketball and I gotta get something to eat. And just to be honest with you guys, straight up, I don't know how to cook. That is why I love Factor. Now, Factor is America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit. And what I personally love about Factor is that the food comes to me. I don't have to set a single foot into the grocery store, which going to the grocery store is like one of my least favorite things ever, right, Camera Bae? I hate going to the grocery store. Yeah, she knows. She always drags me out there. Another thing I love about these things is they're super easy to make. All you gotta do is throw this in the microwave for 2 minutes, which we all know is the GOAT microwave cook time. And boom, you got dietitian approved food that is delivered to you fresh and never frozen, and fits my busy lifestyle. Seriously, guys, this is a no hassle experience. I got more time to focus on what I want to focus on, more time for basketball, more time with my dog. And the best part, I saved the best for last, guys. These things are actually super tasty. Today, we're gonna try the spicy jalapeno beef bowl. Okay. That was super delicious and it was nutritious, but do not just take my word for it. Try Factor out for yourself with my promo code JeronMon50, which is gonna save you 50% off your first box of Factor meals. Again, head over to factor75.com, use promo code JeronMon50 to get your first box for half the price. I put all the links you need down below for you. Factor, go stock up your fridge with nutritious meals. I'm gonna go hoop now. Starting off the list at number 10, we got Obi Butler with the JB1. Oh my goodness. I know you guys are aware of what Jimmy Butler did in Game 4 against the Bucks. And while what could be said about that performance has pretty much already been said, I'm going to reiterate it one more time. Jimmy Butler is an absolute dog. And while this colorway of the JB1 isn't like the greatest thing or most creative sneaker on this week's list, that performance that he had was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. So I just had to find a way to sneak him on the episode. Now, don't get me wrong, this colorway isn't too bad. It's got a neutral tone that covers pretty much 90% of the silhouette, while Li-Ning adds a splash of color with a very toned down blue, which offers a very unique color scheme that we don't get to see a lot of on other silhouettes. However, don't get it twisted, Jimmy G Buckets is on this list simply due to the fact that that was one of the greatest playoff performances that I have ever seen. So Jimmy, I just want to say to you, you inspire me. And also nice kicks. Next up at number 9, we have Ja Morant with the Ja 1. Here we got a new colorway of Ja Morant's debut signature sneaker, which is inspired by his favorite family pastime. Dubbed the Trivia colorway, these are inspired by game night in the Morant household and features a pretty simple color scheme. However, if you take a closer look, there are Morant family inspired trivia questions scattered throughout. Now, there are multiple versions of this colorway, so I'm going to let you guys debate which of the two you think looks better. But overall, I really enjoy the ties to his family as it gives the Ja 1 character which is something that could be lacking in some of the other signature lines that we see. Coming in at number 8, we have Obi Toppin with the Air Jordan 37 Low. All right, so I got a question for you guys. Have we officially passed the point where Galaxy print is no longer cool and is now kind of cool again? I'll let you guys deliberate that as noble citizens of the NBA Kicks community. But for now, allow me to present some evidence in the case with Obi Toppin's Galaxy Jordan 37 Lows, which feature a Galaxy print across the entire upper, as well as a gradient midsole and abstract camo green outsole, which I guess is a budget-friendly replacement for a glow-in-the-dark one. I don't know if this colorway is going to convince everyone that Galaxy print is in trend again, but while I was watching the Knicks and the Cavs on TV, these definitely stood out. So I knew right then and there that these would be featured on this week's episode. But in all honesty, I think we're at least a couple years away from Galaxy print being cool again. Next up at number 7, we have LeBron James with the LeBron Next Gen. So Jimmy definitely hands down had the best performance of the playoffs so far. However, LeBron's performance against the Grizzlies in Game 4 the other night has got to be second. Now, originally, I had LeBron's colorway that he wore in Game 3 on this week's list because I really like that white colorway. However, due to his incredible Game 4 performance and the fact that these match Adam Sandler's game day fit, I decided to give this colorway the nod. From a distance, watching on TV, this colorway definitely popped on the screen thanks to its Volt upper as well as bright crimson mango swoosh. I'm not really too sure what color that is exactly, but the point still remains. This is a very loud colorway that caught my eye and was also a part of one of LeBron's more impressive playoff performances. So for all those reasons combined, that is more than enough to earn a spot on this week's list. However, can we rename that Volt colorway officially now the Dylan Brooks Can't Guard Me PE? Yeah, I think we can. Next up at number 6, we have Jaylen Brown with a custom pair of Kobe 5s. All right, so here we have Jaylen Brown with a custom pair of Kobe's, which on one side honors an absolute legend, but on the other side is unintentionally connected to a strange hand injury. In case you were unaware, Jaylen Brown injured his hand right before the playoffs cutting flowers, and he's actually been dealing with the injury in the postseason as the stitches that he got keep opening up since the cut is on his shooting hand. Now I bring all this up because if you take a look at the medial side of this custom, you will see a floral print, which is actually super awesome. It's super colorful and I love the overall design, but I just think it's kind of funny because, well, he did get injured by flowers. Now, the other side of this custom honors the great Bill Russell, who is obviously a Celtic legend. So I love the fact that a Celtic is honoring a Celtic legend on the iconic parquet floor in Boston. The brand synergy here is absolutely perfect, even though it is sitting on a Laker great silhouette. I wonder how Celtic fans feel about this shoe because it is a Laker sneaker. However, it does honor a Celtic great, but it also reminds them of a silly, ill-timed injury right before the playoffs. I mean, I don't know. I guess you guys should be conflicted about this one. Coming in at number 5, we have Jayson Tatum with the Tatum 1. All right, so here we have the other half of the Celtics 2-star players, this time with a player-exclusive colorway of his debut signature sneaker. Using a unique camo or abstract pattern on the upper, this colorway is dressed in a classic green color scheme, which is perfect for the Celtics, but also features a hint of gold or yellow, which adds some nice contrast. And personally, I feel that this colorway fits the Tatum 1 silhouette extremely well. Next up at number 4, we have Klay Thompson with the Anta KT8 Low. The KT8 has been a sleeper this season, as we've already seen a ton of awesome colorways of Klay Thompson's signature sneaker, and Anta is back at it again with yet another banger. This colorway's official name are the Waves, and it uses an abstract wave graphic on the upper, which looks to be inspired by traditional Chinese art, and uses a very nice shade of light blue, which perfectly complement both the white color scheme that the rest of the silhouette has, as well as the Warriors team color scheme. The only thing that confuses me about this colorway is the black button on the collar area. I don't know why they had to make that black. It just kind of doesn't flow with the rest of the shoe. But other than that, this is a clean colorway on a silhouette that I'll say again is super underrated. Next up at number 3, we have De'Aaron Fox with the Curry 1 Flotro. All right, so I don't think De'Aaron Fox is officially signed to Under Armour. However, he has been wearing their sneakers all season long, and I think I have a theory as to why. Now, aside from the obvious reasons like Under Armour trying to court him into joining their roster and potentially getting paid for wearing their sneakers, if you take a look at Fox's ankle braces, they are very similar to the ones that Steph wears, and obviously Under Armour has designed an entire signature line to accommodate Steph's ankle braces, so maybe, just maybe, Fox is wearing whatever shoe best suits his needs. Say what you will about the Curry line, you guys already know where I stand on it. I think it's honestly kind of been a failure for both Under Armour and Steph, but with all that noise pushed aside, this colorway is still pretty awesome, and it's cool to see other players rock Steph's shoes. But honestly, I don't know what Under Armour is waiting for already. Like, they should just sign Fox because he is a bona fide, legit, certified, verified superstar. Coming in as our runner-up, we have Trey Young with the Trey 2.0. Okay, so I'm just gonna warn you guys right now that we are about to get into a very heated debate on which Pop-Tart flavor is the GOAT. According to Trey Young, he thinks the brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tart flavor is the GOAT. At least that's what I'm assuming since he decided to rock this colorway, which as you can see is inspired by brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts, with an absolutely killer graphic on the upper, which is complemented with hits of blue, as well as a proudly baked in the USA tag on the Boost midsole. Now personally, I think frosted strawberry is the GOAT Pop-Tart flavor, but I'm also the guy who thinks that eating Pop-Tarts that aren't toasted is complete insanity, so I'd love to hear what you guys think is the GOAT Pop-Tart flavor. Now, even though Trey and I seem to have a disagreement on what the best Pop-Tart flavor is, I could still appreciate this colorway as it's one of the most unique sneakers that we have seen all season long and is a strong contender to make the end of the year list. If it was the frosted strawberry colorway, it already would have a spot on the list, but as they stand right now, I'm still going to have to deliberate. And also, I'd be remiss not to mention that ice cold game winner that Trey had in Boston to the list of incredible playoff performances this postseason. I mean, dude, the playoffs are just awesome. Finally, at number 1, we have Kevin Durant with the KD 16. All right, so you guys all know the rules. If you debut a brand new signature sneaker, that is an automatic lock for the number 1 spot. However, I do kind of wish that KD debuted these in another colorway, which actually has already been unveiled. Last week, Nike unveiled Kevin Durant's 16th signature sneaker, which is a feat in itself, in 3 colorways that were featured in a press release, but KD decided not to wear one of those 3 colorways and instead opted for this all black colorway, which I get it, you want to wear all black for the playoffs because you're in playoff mode, but I do wish KD opted to go with that super clean Suns-inspired colorway with the black upper and purple and orange hits. Damn, that colorway is super clean, especially with that white stitching along the upper and swoosh for some incredible contrast. I mean, that is hands down, I think, the best colorway of the KD 16, but you know what? I'm not gonna hate. The black colorway is clean as hell as well. As for the tech specs of what the KD 16s have to offer, all of that is still kept under wraps, so we can really only judge these visually as of right now. And personally, I think the KD 16 has a very awesome look that is very reminiscent of a particular 90s sneaker, the Air Penny 2s. But hey, you know what? People love the Air Penny 2s, so by logic, people should also love the way the KD 16s look as well. And as a 90s baby myself, I love that these are heavily inspired by the 90s. even down to the branding with the translucent tag on the tongue, which for whatever reason was a huge thing in the 90s and early 2000s. Look, at the end of the day, it's a brand new signature sneaker, so therefore I have to officially crown the KD 16 as the best sneaker worn during week 1 of the 2023 NBA playoffs. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's episode of NBA Kicks, which if you did, please drop this video a like because it helps us out a ton. And subscribe to the channel for more sneaker related content just like this. My name's Jaren. It's been great having you. Catch you guys in next week's episode. Peace.